After so many long weeks of lockdown, it's always a challenge to find silver linings, but they're out there in places like Hastings on the Mornington Peninsula. As Sarah Jane Bell reports, one man who knows all too well about being locked down is finding that helping others in isolation is keeping him on the straight and narrow.
Sean Barker hasn't always paid this much attention to the speed limit.
Oh, it's 100 here, isn't it?
3 years ago, he got out of jail in Western Australia after yet another run-in with police.
Decided to race the police for 335 kilometres or something, and, you know, they sort of put a stop to it.
After years in and out of prison, he'd had enough and set his sights on a career in the law.
Growing up, I spent a lot of time going to meetings with the family, you know, for native title, you know, conferences and stuff like that, and it never seemed to go well, you know, and we constantly kept coming up with, you know, coming across barriers that, you know, didn't really make much sense.
The change began with a move across the Nullarbor and a new life on the Mornington Peninsula as a volunteer at the Willum Warrain Aboriginal Association. During the COVID crisis, it's turned into a paid job, delivering essentials and checking in with local elders who've been isolated at home.
For Aboriginal people that need to be with other mob, that need to be part of a community, it really starts to unravel people, and they deteriorate.
Sean says the work funds his study and making the weekly visits keeps him on track.
Hello, honey.
Oh, hello, son.
How you going? Long time no see.
Like many organisations, Willum Warrain has been hit hard by the pandemic, laying off 3/4 of its workers. Sean is one of a handful of staff now funded through the government's Work for Victoria scheme.
He's rebuilding his life. You can heal through helping mob and turn your lives around.
Hi, honey.
Hey, how you going?
Yeah, good, thanks.
This connection, these every Fridays, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's amazing, yeah, and I enjoy everything that you bring.
Totally, honey. I didn't realise what I was missing, you know, and the important thing of, you know, community and, you know, being part of something. It was something that I thought, you know, that because I was born around it, I didn't think it was necessary at that time, but it really keeps you grounded.
Sarah Jane Bell, ABC News.